deeper than music. The core of you, the fans, the truth is deeper than music, deeper than music. Simply the truth is the latest, the newest. It's deeper than music, deeper than music. The core of you, the fans, the truth is deeper than music, deeper than music. Simply the truth is the latest, the newest. It's deeper than music, deeper than music.
What up, what up, what up? This is your man, Furious Mark Nias, here on Deeper Than Music Radio. Behind every great song, there's an even greater story. I like to say what's up to everybody on internet land, listening via Spreaker, Google Podcasts, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and iTunes. And a special shout out to the West Coast, who's been having snow in Vegas, snow in Southern California. It seems like the world is going bipolar here, weather-wise, here in the States. Today we got a very special treat. I'd like to give a shout out to Mel of UK Promotions. Deeper Than Music, we love to speak to artists on any platform in music. Music is the universal language. And today we have a friend all the way across the pond here joining us all the way from UK, singer and YouTube phenomenon that's working on her album. We have Charlotte Hannah here on Deeper Than Music Radio. How you doing, Charlotte?
Hi, hello. I'm very well. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, no problem. So, how's everything out there? I was actually in London, I want to say last month, and it was cold and foggy, and wet. So I imagine it's the same there.
Actually, no, it's funny. You're saying you've got snow in Las Vegas. We've actually had the sunniest day today. It's been so warm. We've swapped.
so that verifies. Yeah, the
funny.
world is.
I bet you never thought that the UK would be the one that's warm, like ever.
Yeah, no, it's I guess the world's going bipolar. Yeah, because I'm based out of Dallas Fort Worth, and it's been cold and wet. And I actually have a colleague from London, and I was like, man, it feels like the UK here. And you guys have our weather, so you're getting the warm weather.
Yeah, yeah, we've swapped. Literally, we've swapped.
So, my first question is for the listeners is, could you give us a breakdown of who Charlotte Hannah is and what type of music that you do?
Yeah, so Charlotte Hannah, hi. I am a singer-songwriter. I'm 21 next month, and I'm releasing music this year. So 2019 is the year I'm going to be releasing music. For the past 2 years, I've just been posting covers to YouTube to kind of just as a way to kind of share my voice and let people hear me sing before I release anything. But I've been working with the fabulous Elliot Kennedy and Tom Barker at Steelworks, which is a recording studio here in Sheffield in the UK. And we've been working together for the past 16 months, working on some music. It's very fun, upbeat and funky, a bit kind of a 70s vibe, a bit kind of Bruno Mars influenced. And that's all coming out this year. So I'm very, very excited.
Oh, okay. That's very awesome. Yeah, because I just noticed on YouTube, your music, you're very talented and people are very respondent to your music. You have a huge following and a lot of views and listens for your music. When did you know that you wanted to be a musician? And do you come from a musical family as well?
I come from a kind of a musical family, I'm not from one of those families where, every member plays an instrument or anything, but my granddad used to play the drums in a band, and I think all my family members do have a voice. They can sing, but they've just not really done anything with it. They've just, they can just sing around the house and things. I'm the only one that's kind of wanted to pursue something with it. But I think they can all sing. But yeah, I've always been a musical child. Just growing up, as soon as I could speak, I was singing, and then I was songwriting, and I had a little keyboard in the house, and I used to copy the radio, all the songs off the radio, and play it on the keyboard and kind of learn myself by ear to play the tunes.
Oh, okay.
And it just kind of gone from there. I was always just very musical, and then I got kind of singing lessons and piano lessons, and just really perfected it, or tried to improve and went from there. But yeah, I've always been very musical. Yeah.
Okay. So you self-taught yourself by watching music videos and then playing it, and then you also took piano lessons. So you know how to play music and also sing music.
Yeah. Okay, and I
did
the theory side and classical side as well. Did my classical singing exams. So I made sure I was kind of understood all areas of it as well. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. And who are your influences as far as musicians? Who influences you as far as singers, songwriters?
Yeah, well, I've got quite a lot of influences, but my main two that I kind of always come back to are, the lovely American Ariana Grande and Bruno Mars. So from your side of the pond, as you say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Ariana. I actually discovered her before she did Victoria. So when she was actually a YouTuber herself, I came across her and I loved all the YouTube videos. I loved how kind she was and just how friendly and bubbly her personality was. I kind of fell in love with that. And then her voice as well and everything. And then Bruno Mars, he was a big inspiration to me with all the ballads. You know, when he did all his songs like Grenade and It Will Rain and all that music. My first cover to YouTube actually was of his song When I Was Your Man. So he was a big influence as well. When I auditioned for my performing arts school that I went to when I was 13, I sang It Will Rain and played the piano. So yeah, he was a really big influence, like songwriting as well. He was a big influence in that department. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that. We were actually on a hop-on, hop-off bus when I was in London. And one of the big double-decker buses, it was a picture of Bruno Mars, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's pretty cool." So, how would you describe the music scene in London? How is it out that way? Just out of curiosity. So, are you hello?
Right, it's working. Great.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you, how is the music scene in England? Like,
the music scene. What were you going to say then? Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say what's popular. What are the English listening to right now?
So like on the radio. What do you mean, like the live music scene, or both, or?
Oh, we can talk about both.
Okay. Well, on the radio, I mean, I know I'm always listening to kind of chart stuff and Capital Radio and Radio 1 and things. And I'm in love with Ariana Grande, of course. And Halsey and Sam Smith is very popular. And the live music scene, I've been so busy in the studio and YouTube, I haven't been to as many live gigs as I normally would. Yeah. But I'm familiar with the Leeds live music scene because I studied music in Leeds, and it's very kind of acoustic. And it's great. It's really, really great. But yeah, I don't know. It's very, for me at the moment, the music is very. I'm just into the charts and the pop world, really.
Okay, and that's what's. Those are the artists that are charting there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I assume
okay.
So. They are.
So
yeah.
What we'll go ahead and do is we'll listen to one of your covers, and this is one of your covers that you sung on YouTube, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do first "Dance with My Father," and I guess my question I have is, what made you decide to sing that as a cover?
Well, this one actually, it's a really sweet story. One of my fans, a lovely girl called Ellie, messaged me on Instagram to sing this for her mum. So she requested this for her mother, and I said sure. So I sang this for her and her mum.
Okay. So here we go on Deeper Than Music with Charlotte Hannah, cover of Dance With My Father.
This is Greg of Greg in Good Company, and you are listening to Deeper Than Music Radio.
Back when I was a child, before life removed all the innocence, my father would lift me high and dance with my mother and me, and then spin me around till I fell asleep. Then up the stairs he would carry me, and I knew for sure I was loved. If I could get another chance, another word, another dance with him. I'd play a song that would never ever end. How I'd love, love, love to dance with my father again. And now my mother would disagree. To get my way, I'd run from her to him. He'd make me laugh to comfort me, then finally make me do just what my mama said. Later that night when I was asleep, he left $1 under my sheet, and I knew for sure I was loved if I could steal one final glance, one final step, one final dance with him. I'd play a song that will never ever end. How I love, love, love to dance with my father again. Sometimes I'd listen outside her door. I'd hear how my mama'd cry for him. I'd pray for her even more than me. I'd pray for her even more. I know I'm praying for way too much, but could you send her the only man she loved? I know you don't do it usually, but dear Lord, she's dying to dance with my father again. Every night I fall asleep, and this is all I ever dream.
Ladies and gentlemen, Charlotte Hannah here on Deeper Than Music Radio. Dance with My Father. Wow, that was a phenomenal job.
Oh, thank you.
Your
Thank you.
voice-
Thank you.
Your voice is very clean, and no, it was very good.
thank
And it's one of those things. That song never really. I mean, I've heard it before. I've heard Luther Vandross cover it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've never really paid attention to it. And I was just thinking, because my father passed away 2 years ago from cancer. And,
Oh, I'm sorry.
and I just listened to as you were singing, I was like, oh my goodness. Got a little misty eyed, but no, you did a good,
Oh, bless you. I'm so sorry. I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
no worries. You did a good job with that song.
Oh, thank you. Thank you
so-
so much.
What I want to ask, you wanted to sing, when did you decide, or what was the process of okay, I want to showcase my talent and I want to post my music on YouTube?
Yeah. Well, I started posting covers. Well, actually, I've been posting covers to YouTube on and off for about 5 years, but it was about just maybe 2 years ago now that I decided to religiously every single week post covers to YouTube. And it was when I started working at the studio, and I was like, I can't release any original material yet, but this is just going to be a way to showcase my voice, seeing covers and getting requests in and things. So about 2 years now. And it's been a wonderful experience. Like, it's been so great seeing all the lovely comments and people being engaged with my singing and music and things. So it's really encouraged me to keep going and persist with it. Yeah.
Okay. And so with the studio that you're working with now, because I looked at your press kit, I seen the YouTubes. Like, how did everything start progressing for you? Because it seems like you have a huge following and things are like progressing
thank you.
really well for you.
Oh, thank you. Well, I guess with YouTube, I've worked on that on my own. It's just been simply me, just uploading covers as regularly as I can, and people just, thankfully being engaged and wanting to come and listen to the next one. I've done that all myself, but working at the studio, that happened because when I was 16 years old, and I was studying in Birmingham, and then I moved back up to Leeds to study music, which is nearer to where I live. And my dad just reached out to the recording studio and was like, "Hi, my daughter just wants to come and record a few songs, write a little bit. Can she come along?" And how that started growing was we had a meeting and they said, just keep developing your voice, keep writing, keep singing, and we'll just keep in touch.
Okay.
And the following year, my dad we sent together one of my original songs to them, and they loved it. And they were like, "Wow, come on in, let's have a meeting, let's talk about the future." And then we had that meeting and we decided I was going to go there for artist development. So this is like the songwriting, artist side of things, as long as YouTube. And we said we're going to write together. And then we started writing together for about a year and developing and creating all these demos. And then Tom, who I was working with, then showcased my voice and the songs to Elliot Kennedy, and he loved it. And then I started working with him, and it kind of went from there. So that's how that developed, like this, the songwriting things developed. And then alongside that, that's when I was uploading covers to YouTube and doing the covers at the same time.
Wow. And you know what that kind of reminds me of? This is like, so you're 21, and I want to
nearly.
say her first album came out in the early, I want to say 97, 98, but an artist that was part of the Mickey Mouse Club, the class of Britney Spears.
Oh, I love Britney.
The girl from Felicity, Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera. Actually, she was under a developmental deal when she first started, and her song that propelled her and got her like the album deal was Genie in the Bottle.
Yeah,
so
I love it.
That kind of reminds me of Christina Aguilera. So what we'll do now?
I love her.
Yeah, and as you were talking, I actually thought about that, and then I was like, wait a minute, that came out back in 90. Wow. So what has been your like proudest?
It's been a while. It's timeless.
yeah, it actually is timeless. What has been your proudest moment with everything that you've been doing so far? What has been like your
There's so many. Like with YouTube, I feel like I'm still growing, and I'm still very much like at the start of things, but it's so rewarding and wonderful just to see all the positive, lovely comments and that I'm actually engaging with people. That's something that's so rewarding, like entirely. Like, I don't think it sinks in. It'll never sink in. Like, the amount of people I say that subscribe or have seen my videos, if they were all in a room, it would be a lot of people, and I can't comprehend that really. It's just like on a screen, it looks, like a figure, because it is. And that feels rewarding. And I guess as well, there's so many things that like I'm grateful for, but my producer, Elliot Kennedy, he's 50 this year, and he's having like a celebratory, that's how you say it, yeah. And he's got all some of the most amazing, talented names in the music industry there. He's got Alfie Boe and Gary Barlow from Take That, and many wonderful people. And he's asked me to sing. He's launching me on that night, singing my single. So I can't wait. And that's a very, very rewarding, that's going to be a rewarding moment. Like,
awesome.
It doesn't feel real at all.
So
but I can't wait.
When your single comes out, definitely send it our way. We'll add it to our rotation. We have a new music segment, and then we'll put it on our Deeper the Music playlist. But yeah, it seems like you have a lot going on, and congrats. I mean, and well deserved after hearing "Dance with My Father." I'm like, oh my goodness, this is, and to be honest, like, Luther Vandross, we regard as he's up there with like a Whitney Houston, He's one of the great American singers. Unfortunately, he passed. And to cover his song, or a song that he covered, and to do a damn good job, that's pretty impressive.
Thank you so much. Yay.
So the next song that we have is that you covered is "My Mistake." Could you tell us why you chose this to be a cover that you sing?
Yeah, well, I guess the music that I'm going to release is very upbeat and pop. So this right now is kind of showing a different side to me, like the more ballad side. But this one is she's a British singer-songwriter called Gabrielle Aplin. And it just came up on my feed on YouTube, and I saw this new song. It's a new song. And I just listened to it, and it was just so stunning. The song's actually about anxiety and about kind of not believing in yourself, but just accepting it and being like, well, that's how it is. And it's quite emotional, and I just fell in love with it straight away. And I was like, I've got to sing it. So I recorded this in one take. I just stood and sang, didn't edit it. I just threw a bit of reverb on it and just threw it on YouTube, and that's it, really. It's very natural, very raw, but I love the song.
Okay, here we go. Deeper the Music Radio, Charlotte Hannah cover of My Mistake. This is Marquivas Furious Nias, and you're listening to Deeper the Music Radio.
I got up late again today, and I'm scared of everything. I don't dare to dream. I've got a dark imagination. These hours waste away, a debt I'll never pay. I'm talking to the walls, but the walls keep caving in. You amplify my thoughts. I really want a conversation, but I let it slip away, a debt I'll never pay. Worry, oh. It's funny how it changes, but nothing really changes at all. I'm a jaded, I'm a meant to feel this way. I'm a loser, getting beat by my own game. But if I falter, well, at least it was my mistake. Well, at least it was my mistake. 'Cause I choose to be this way. I'm a loser, and I self-deprecate. But if I falter, well, at least it was my mistake. I saw my friend today. She tried to comfort me, but I turned her away. There's magic in this misery, so no matter what you say, I don't think I'll ever change. Worry, oh. It's funny how it changes when nothing really changes at all. I'm a jaded, I'm a meant to feel this way. I'm a loser, getting beat by my own game. But if I falter, well, at least it was my mistake. Well, at least it was my mistake. 'Cause I choose to be this way. I'm a loser, and I self-deprecate. So if I falter,
My Mistake here on
Hi.
Deep of the Music Radio. Again, another song you made your own.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
So, what has been your most challenging moment? Posting your music, getting your music out there, and getting to where you are now. What has been
Oh,
the biggest
challenging.
challenge?
Well, I guess one thing that I've experienced, which I kind of never thought would come my way. I guess you never do, anticipate these things. But similar to what this message of the song we've just played is, I was experiencing anxiety recently, like the past year. And it kind of came out of nowhere. It was kind of self-inflicted because I kind of created it, in my own mind and things. And just kind of this song does really speak that I've just sung about it, really, because I'm such a positive person. I'm so like happy and positive all the time. I always see like the best of things, and I always kind of try and turn every situation I'm in, into a positive. But yeah, I started experiencing anxiety, and that was simply from the pressure I put on myself. So when it came to posting covers on YouTube, I was like posting them every single day. And what I would do is I would then spend hours editing them, just adding, backing vocals, making sure it was all perfect. But I'm such a perfectionist. It took hours out of my day. And as the days went on, I spent longer on them. And I didn't really relax until the cover was on YouTube. And then that kind of escalated to then never being relaxed ever, 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 because I was always then thinking about the next cover, or, when I wasn't recording, I was editing, and it was like a vicious kind of circle, really. But, and then that reflected onto me as a person, onto how I saw things, how I saw, how I worked at the studio. It just kind of reflected on my belief in myself and different things. So I've experienced that over the past year. And, from being such a positive person, it's something that was a shock, and how I kind of let myself get into quite a, a negative world. But I'm happy to say, I obviously, it's something that you do live with, but I'm at a place now where I now schedule my covers. I don't do them daily. I have more of an upload schedule, so I'm a lot more relaxed with things, a lot more on time. Like, it's just more scheduled. And then with my career and how my outlook of everything else, it's just taken time for me to relax back into how things should be, and reflect and work with it. But yeah, that's something that I've experienced, and it came out of nowhere, out of the blue. But I think a lot of people do experience anxiety and things like that. And I don't think it's not easly, I don't know, it's hard to understand it too, unless you've experienced it. Like, I didn't even know what it was at all.
And you bring up a good point, because I know when I come of that era, like me, Christina, Justin, we're all in the same age bracket. So the internet is still kind of in an infant. Social media has grown a lot within the last 10 to 15 years. So now, and I have a 12-year-old daughter. So, and she likes, what's that? It's a program called Musical.ly where she posts videos of her dancing.
Yeah.
So, and with social media, it changes. Like with you have an opportunity to become a phenomenon and to get discovered for your talents.
Yeah.
And like you said, with certain things, you have to take a break. Like I do this radio show. I'm also a musician as well. I set up the post my radio show, edit and stuff like that. And like you said, it can get obsessive. Like you have to develop a type of schedule. And the thing is with the internet, it's all over the world. So you never know. Like for example, it's what, late night there in England.
Yeah, nearly 7.
Yeah, here it's 12:52. It's about to be 1. So yeah, you definitely have to schedule time for yourself, because like you said, it could be ongoing, and if you don't take care of yourself, you could burn out. And
and you can literally work 24 hours if you wanted to, because like the internet doesn't turn off. It's there.
No, it doesn't. Like what I do is with my phone, I put it on Do Not Disturb, because I'll have people pinging me all the time, and like if you post a picture on Instagram, you never know who
my
around the
gosh,
world is
yeah.
gonna like it. So I shut it down. So
Exactly.
I get exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and then I know what you mean with the phone thing. When I'm going to sleep, I have to put it on Do Not Disturb, otherwise a message it will ping, and I'll be like, "Oh, who's that? What's that? What is that?"
Yeah,
And I want to
yeah.
answer it, but
You always
it
want to
just plays
know.
on your brain.
Yeah, you always want to know what's going on.
Exactly.
What would be who would you like to collaborate with? What would be your dream collaborations?
Gosh, there's so many. There's so many. Of course, Ariana Grande, like being such a big idol of mine. Of course, I'd love to sing with her. And I'm loving Ava Max at the minute as well. I know
Okay.
she's a new artist, but she's phenomenal. I love her.
Okay.
So yeah, Ava Max. So many people. I don't know, Sam Smith, Bruno Mars, Adele. There's so many people I'd love to sing with. So many people. I mean, I'd love. Rest in peace, Michael Jackson. He would have been an amazing person to collaborate with. He's a massive, massive, massive inspiration of mine.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's many people that I'd love to sing with.
Wow, and I'm impressed that people still say. Like, I actually saw a video of a kid dancing to Michael Jackson. Like he was dancing to Thriller, and
Wow.
and it's crazy. Like, what Michael's been gone almost 10 years, but his impact on music and music video is still
Yeah.
huge, and that still impresses me. What advice would you give somebody who seeing your videos and like looks up to you and like, wow, I want to do exactly what Charlotte Hannah's doing? What advice would you give them?
My advice to them is to literally, if you love it, go for it. Don't listen to what anybody says. If they're giving you any negative energy, just don't listen. Just if you love it and if you're so passionate about something, run with it. Don't stop. Just keep going, because I always believe as well, like if you don't give up, you're not going to fail, because if you don't stop persisting and going and running with something, failure will not happen, because you're always working towards something. So I just say go for it, enjoy it, love it. Don't be put off, and just go for it. Enjoy yourself. Yeah, that's what I say.
That's perfect. Yeah, because there are ups and downs. There's peaks and valleys, and I notice in this world, like when you dare to be different, there's times where you are the only person that's going to believe in yourself, and there's going to be a time when nobody's going to believe in you. So you have
For
to
sure.
keep pushing, and that's the one thing I like with Kanye West. He's kind of off and arrogant sometimes, but I get it. You have to believe in yourself when nobody will.
Yeah. I believe very much in like law of attraction as well. Like, you have to believe it in your mind and see it and visualize it and just run with it. Like, entirely. You have to be your number one fan, essentially. You've got to believe in yourself so much, because if you don't,
Exactly. I like how you said that. You have to be your number one fan. I like that.
Yeah.
So the next song that we have is Bury a Friend, your cover of Bury a Friend. Can you explain or give us the details why you chose this song to be one of your covers?
Cool. So this is, of course, Billie Eilish, and I love it. It's kind of different. It's a little bit more pop than the two ballads we just heard. I recently uploaded this to YouTube. It's a very fun song. I like it. It's quite dark as well. Like the music video is very dark, but of Billie's. But yeah, it's fun. I like this song. So yeah, that's why I chose that one.
Here we go. Charlotte Hannah here, Bury a Friend on Deeper Than Music Radio.
Hey, this is Ella Reed, and you're listening to Deeper Than Music Radio.
Wondering, what do you know? Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me? When we all fall asleep, where do we go? Say it, spit it out. What is it exactly? You're paying the amount, cleaning you out. Am I satisfactory? Today I'm thinking about the things that are deadly. The way I'm drinking you down, like I wanna drown, like I wanna end me. Step on the glass, staple your tongue. Bury a friend, try to wake up. Cannibal class, killing the sun. Bury a friend, I wanna end me. I wanna end me, I wanna end me, I wanna, what do you want from me? Why don't you run from me? What are you wondering? What do you know? Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me? When we all fall asleep, where do we go? Keep you in the dark. What had you expected? Me to make you my eye, to make you a star and get you connected. I'll meet you in the park. I'll be calm and collected. But we knew right from the start that you'd fall apart, cause I'm too expensive. It's probably something that shouldn't be said out loud. And honestly, I thought that I would be dead by now. Calling security, keeping my head held down. Bury the hatchet and bury a friend right now. For the dead I owe, gotta sell my soul. Cause I can't say no, no, I can't say no. Then my limbs all froze and my eyes won't close. Cause I can't say no, I can't say no. Step on the glass, staple your tongue. Bury a friend, try to wake up. Cannibal glass, killing the sun. Bury a friend, I wanna end me. I wanna end me, I wanna end me. I wanna, what do you want from me? Why don't you run from me? What are you wondering? What do you know? Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me? When we all fall asleep, where do we go?
Ladies and gentlemen, Charlotte Hannah, Bury a Friend here on Deeper Than Music Radio.
Hi, hello.
Man, that's a very unique song.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, very unique.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of dark. I mean, I don't think Billy really does want to bury friends. I'm sure it's just, a theme. I hope.
Yeah. So, what would be at the end of the day when everything is said and done, album's done? I'm pretty sure from the album you'll get tours, more albums. What do you want your musical legacy to be? Like, what do you want people to remember you by?
Wow. Well, oh my goodness. Okay. Well, firstly, from my music, what we're going to release is it's a mixture of upbeat songs, some ballads, some dark pop songs. There's a mixture, a really eclectic mix. And firstly, I want people to enjoy them, to have fun, and to be happy from the music. I want to kind of share happiness, and I want people to, listen to the music and feel good. But then I guess throughout my career, I just want to be able to speak about just topics on my mind and things that I feel are worth telling, stories that are worth telling. And I hope that I can just share these stories with people. I hope that I can tell stories that mean something to someone and they can relate and it helps their lives. It helps them in some way. I just want to be here for people to have a good time and to, hear messages, hear stories, I guess. Yeah, that's the dream, really. Just be able to share stories, I guess. Yeah,
because you have a bright future. I mean, you did it right with the YouTube. It's just, it's good to see like the beginning, because I mean, it's nothing but good stuff coming from you. And I'm pretty sure, like, I'm trying to think, why does Kelly Clarkson come in my head? Like, how like artists, like the ones that we talked about in the early 90s, now it's cool to see their genesis. I was actually watching something they're talking about how, Beyonce's evolution, and, your music that you've shown us shows your versatility and your diversity, and then the fact that you studied music theory, you're trained. Yeah, it's nothing but good things. So I mean, I'm excited to see your career unfold.
Thank you.
And one of my last questions is, what does music mean to you?
Wow, music. It means, for me, music, it sounds kind of cheesy, but it is literally my life. Music's my life. Like, my life kind of revolves around it, and music revolves around my life. Like, I was thinking the other day, when I songwrite, nothing kind of feels real until it's in a song. Like something happens. Me and my friends always used to joke, like if we've ever had like a bad relationship experience or something, we'd always be like, well, we can get a good song out of it. So, you know, it's all that matters. And it's just, there's never been like a period of my life that I haven't been singing or songwriting or, you know, music hasn't been the focus. So, music, it's who I am, I guess. It's just my life. Really, that's all it is. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, like you said, like music revolves around your life. Yeah, and I mean, music is universal. We talked about Michael Jackson. I remember the 1992 special he had on HBO, which is now on DVD, where he did his concert in Bucharest. And I remember Celine Dion saying one of the main reasons that she learned English was Michael Jackson. She would listen to Michael Jackson music and sing it, and it motivated her to learn English. And it's like when you have artists worldwide that can just, you know, they don't know the language, but they love the music. Perfect example, Freddie Mercury, Bohemian Rhapsody. Like that movie to me was so nostalgic, and I mean, it should win awards. Like music is definitely the universal language.
For sure. Yeah.
So now we have shameless promotion time. Where can people go to hear your music? You mentioned an album you're working on. Yeah. Just let everybody know where they can hear you, what you got going on. Shameless promotion time.
Yay, let's go. So I'll be releasing music this year, later on in this year in 2019. So that will be available everywhere. So Spotify, iTunes, you name it. If people want to hear me sing right now, so I have loads of covers on YouTube. So just type in Charlotte Hannah and get me on YouTube. I'm singing also on Instagram, which is Charlotte Hannah Music. And I'm on TikTok as well, which is Charlotte Hannah Music. What else? That's basically it. That's my social media. Just type in Charlotte Hannah and I will come up, hopefully. But yeah, music this year. Oh, and also I've got some gigs coming up. These are UK gigs, but I'm singing 29th of March at the Sheffield City Hall, which is Elliot's, my producer's big birthday gig, with Gary Barlow and Alfie Bow and so many wonderful people there. And then I'm singing at a music festival. I'm singing at Wentworth Music Festival on the 15th of June. They're the only two gigs we've got announced so far, but there's more to come, but they're the only one yet.
Okay, and no, I'm pretty sure there'll be more. Like I said, you a lot of good stuff going on, and I know that we'll be hearing more from you.
Thank you.
And again, thank you for. I know it's late Saturday night there. Thank you for taking the time to be on Deeper Than Music, be a guest, and also what we'll do is once you get that single out, definitely send it out to us, and we'll add it to our new music segment and also our Deeper Than Music playlist. On Spotify,
of course.
Spotify music.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me, honestly.
Oh, not a problem. So this is Marquivas Nias, and we have guest Charlotte Hannah here signing off on Deeper Than Music Radio. Everybody, you have a good day, good night, wherever you are in the world. Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Gather my things, catch the train of thought, spark the vision, better living, given the chance, enhance this dream, make it seem true indeed, leave a waste of space, so I can chase venues, talk to you through tunes, room back, see the sack, rap about how it went down, found music to get through, soothe these, release, be at peace, manifest words, deferred pain, sustained, remain at the top of my game, came, never left, till my death, a verse dispersed, exhale, farewell, I was full of love of hip-hop, till my heart stopped. Rock mics till my life passed. It's furious. Back in the day, wish you could stay forever, never left my side. Spread your wings and fly. I reminisce. Back in the day, wish you could stay forever, never left my side. Spread your wings and fly. Yeah. Wish we had more time, lifeline, decline, rewind, dad. We laughed, cried, couldn't say goodbye. Inside I hurt what it's worth through our issues. See you for you, that fool who skipped out, erased better days. Father, son, the one I was done with came back, fraction intact, whole again. Knowing when the end would come, couldn't sum up the courage numb. End of the road, see